Welcome to the Manders Mindset Podcast. Here you'll find both monologue and interviews of entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, and a variety of other people, where your host Amanda Russo will discuss her own mindset and perspective and her guest mindset and perspective on the world around us. Manders and her guests will help explain to you how shifting your mindset will shift your life.
Today is a special podcast episode because it's my 27th birthday. And 27 might not seem like a huge milestone birthday to everyone, but 27 is a special and a big birthday to me for a few reasons. I am turning 27 on the 27th of August, so it is my golden birthday. For those of you who haven't heard of a golden birthday, it's just the birthday that you turn the age that is your date of birth. For example, I'm born on the 27th, so whatever year I turn 27 on, that birthday will be my golden birthday. So it's this one. And 27's also always been a special number to me because my grandma, who was my best friend my whole life, she was born on the 27th of October. And she always told me growing up that you will have a closer connection with people who are born on the same day as you, even if it's a different month. Anyways, that being said, I knew I wanted to do a special birthday episode for my 27th birthday. So I am going to give you guys 27 things that I've learned in 27 years. These are the things I consider to be the most important things I've learned in 27 years. Some are random, some are deep, some aren't. Some I'm going to explain, some I'm not going to explain too in depth, but I'm just going to get right into it. Now, I'm not going to do these in any particular order. So just because you hear me say number one doesn't mean I consider this to be the number one piece of advice I've learned in 27 years. I'm just wrote them all down and I mixed them up. So I don't know the order I'm telling you guys these in. But without further ado, 27 things I've learned in 27 years. Okay, here's the first one. If and when someone crosses your mind, reach out to them. This will happen to me randomly. A friend from the past, a family member I talk to every so often, I'll just randomly think about them. It'll come to me that I'm grateful for this experience. I'm grateful to have them in my life. Or I just start thinking about them, hope they're okay, hope everything's going well. I will reach out because they are coming to my mind for a reason. And it's going to take me a couple seconds to send them a message and check in. Number one. This one I love. Number two. And this has helped me remain in the present moment so much more than I ever previously used to. You will never experience the same moment twice. And that's for every single day, whether it's a day at the job, whether it's a day doing stuff you normally regularly do, you will never have that same identical exact experience again. Whether it's a different interaction, there's something that's different about every single day. So keep that in mind. Number three. There will never be a perfect time for anything. So if there is something you want to do in your life, somewhere you want to go, something you want to see, just do it. Because you don't know what tomorrow brings, and there's never going to be a perfect time. If you are physically and financially able to make whatever it is work, make it work. Just do it. Because time is the only thing we're not getting back. And there's never a perfect time to do anything that it is that you want to do. Number 4, change is the only thing in life that is guaranteed. A lot of people have a hard time with change. The sooner you become accustomed to it and accept that change is inevitable, it will help you a lot. Number 5, if you feel something in your gut or in your stomach, that's your intuition. The first thought that comes to you, not a thought that you have to really think about and you ponder back and forth. The quick thoughts in your gut, in your stomach, that it's telling you something. It's intuition, and you should listen to it. You need to develop boundaries, learn to say no, and be okay with saying no. A lot of people struggle with people pleasing. I've struggled with that for a long, long time. But you're disrespecting yourself by saying yes when you know you don't want to say yes. So don't disrespect yourself. Number 7, you should try new things because you never know what you're going to like. You never know what you're going to enjoy. You should explore, travel, experience, and just live life. Do the things you want to do. If there's, regardless of what the experience is, I am actually going to paddleboard yoga. I had never heard of it prior to a year ago at this yoga studio that offers it. They do it once or twice a year, and you're on a paddleboard doing yoga. And that's one of the things I'm doing for my 27th birthday. It's something I want to experience. So, and it's something new. I've never tried anything like this. I've done yoga, but yoga is not the same as paddleboard yoga. So yeah, explore, travel, live, just experience life. And number 8, if you don't like something about your life, you're the only one who can change it. And that doesn't matter what it is, whether it's your weight, whether it's your finances, your job, your spouse, where you live, any and every single thing about your life, whether you like it or you don't like it, the only person who can make a change with it is you. You can join a gym, you can hire a coach. They can't make the change for you. They can tell you what to do, just like the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Do more of what makes you happy. Simple as that. If you find joy in something, whatever it is, do it more often. There's no reason you have to do the things you really enjoy only once in a while. If you don't ask, the answer is and will always be no. It doesn't matter what it is that you want in life. If you don't ask for it, people aren't mind readers, and you're likely not going to get it if you don't just speak up and tell whoever it is what it is that you want. That was number 10. 11. Stop settling for mediocre things in life. If something doesn't light your heart on fire, why is it in your life? It shouldn't be. Quote I heard before is, if it isn't a hell yes, then it's a no. So if you are not hell absolutely yes, I want to do this or go here or see this or whatever it is, then it's a no. Now, I'm not saying to never do something in your life that is not a hell yes, because we all have requirements and obligations that we have to. Maybe your job isn't, you don't say hell yes going to your job. However, if it is mediocre and you really don't enjoy it, only you can make that change and should put in the work to find a new job. Because if you hate something or it's very mediocre and you dread it day after day after day, make a change. Because if it's not a hell yes, then why are you keeping it in your life and allowing it to make your life less enjoyable. Why would you do that? You know? Number 12. The things that scare you or make you nervous or uncomfortable will help you grow the most. They will help you grow more than things that don't scare you or bring up any uncomfortability. The things that excite you aren't going to help you grow as much as the things that entice a little bit of fear in you and the nervousness and the skepticism, and they scare you. You're going to grow a lot from those things. Number 13, and now this is one from my pa. Shout out to Pa, my grandfather. I'm super close with him. We've always had a really close connection, and he has instilled a lot of wisdom in me over the years. And this is one of the things he said to me over the years. If you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. I'm sure you guys have heard that, and it's really true. Ask yourself how you feel after every experience, every interaction with a person, every place you go, every decision you make, every text you send. After you do something, ask yourself how you feel. How do you feel mentally? How do you feel physically? How do you feel emotionally? There is a lot of knowing in with how you feel. How does this make me feel? Okay, I went to this place and my body feels a little shaky, a little uneasy. Not saying that you can't or shouldn't ever go to that place, but it's worth noting how you feel in situations. Feelings are not everything, but they tell you stuff. There's an underlying reason why you're feeling whatever it is that you're feeling. So there's power in taking note of it. And now this goes for the girls, the guys, everybody. You really should develop a skincare routine that is more than just soap and water, because your skin will represent you for life. And regardless of what cleanser and moisturizer you end up deciding to use, it will make a huge difference washing your face. Simple as that. This is another basic one. Sunlight is very, very helpful for a lot of things and often overlooked. So you should increase how much sunlight you get. More sunlight will help with your mood. It will help with sleep. More sunlight helps with a lot of stuff. I lost count, so we're just going to keep going. Here's another one from Pa. If you don't have any expectations, you won't be disappointed. And that's whether it's an expectation of a person, an expectation of a situation, of an outcome. If you expect something, that can lead to disappointment. If you go into something with an open mind, no expectations, you're not going to end up disappointed regardless of what the end result ends up being, because you're going to go into it with the open mind. The best way to increase or boost confidence is by keeping promises to yourself. I strongly believe this because that's the strongest form of self-love as well, is showing yourself that you will keep promises to yourself. Because if you don't keep promises to yourself, why would you keep them to anybody else? You have no reason to. And it increases self-love and self-confidence because you are showing yourself that you know you're a priority and you love yourself to keep whatever promise it is you made to yourself. Even if it's something super small. I make a promise to myself every single day that I will make my bed before I leave my house. Every day, regardless of where I'm going, regardless of what time I start the day at, I'll make my bed before I leave. And I've kept that promise to myself for a long time. And it reiterates and reminds me that I am showing up for myself. I'm confident because I'm keeping promises I said to myself that I would do. Because there's also no one else who is going to hold me accountable. Because who is going to say, Amanda, you didn't make your bed today? No one. So keeping a promise to yourself requires you to hold yourself accountable. And there's no bigger form of self-confidence and self-love than that. Developing a gratitude practice will positively shift your life. Now, that doesn't matter if you write down your gratitude list, if you speak it out loud, how you approach this, but taking time every single day to notice what you have in your life that you're grateful for and make note of your gratitude list, it will help shift your mindset, your mind, your mood. It will also force you to be on the lookout for things that you're grateful for. If you do this every day, so the day before, you'll be thinking, wow, this small thing happened. I'm grateful for that. Because you are training your mind to make note of what you're grateful for every day. So then it's automatically going to be in your subconscious more throughout the day. Now, here is one from a special friend of mine. Shout out to my best friend Russell from college. He said this quote to me, and it stuck with me for life. So he had said to me, people are either in your life for a reason or a season, and either is okay. I'm going to say it once more. People are either in your life for a reason or a season, and either is okay. Not everything or every person who enters your life is meant to stay for the whole life. Some of them are just meant to be parts of your chapters in the book. Some experiences, some people, not everything is meant to last forever. And that's okay. It's okay if it's a temporary experience that you just need to pass along the road. You need to let go of what's no longer serving you. And deep down, you likely know what that is. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. That is the best way to basically understand how people are thinking and emotionally feeling. If you can do this before you say something or before you do something to somebody else, especially bigger decisions, this will help a lot of your relationships because you pause and you think, before I send this text, if I received this text from someone, from a friend of mine or from someone in my life, how would this text make me feel? Or before you say something to someone, how would, if I said this to my mom, make me feel if I heard it from my daughter? And that can be applied whether you have a child or not. It's the same concept. How would hearing this make me feel? So, or when someone's going through an experience that maybe you don't understand, and obviously if you haven't experienced it, you can't fully understand it, but try to picture if roles were reversed and you were in their shoes, how would you feel? It will help you relate to the people in your lives more. It's helped me a lot. You should increase, your water consumption. Water is essential and helpful for so much. I cannot emphasize this enough. For those of you who know me personally, you know how obsessed I am with my hydro jug. It is with me 24/7. But a lot of people do not drink enough water, and more water is honestly so helpful for everything in life, from weight loss to your skin tone and complexion, to kidneys, to health. Water helps with literally everything. The only downside to more water is likely having to pee more. Majority of people don't drink enough water. So I could not encourage y'all enough to drink more water. Take a water bottle, a refillable, reusable water bottle with you when you go places. It will likely increase how much water you drink just by having the bottle with you. That's it on that. your breath really is your superpower. Becoming into in control of your breath will change your whole life. Your breath is literally your power center. It You can't survive without breathing. You can survive even days, hours, etc., without food, water, sunlight. Your breath, seconds, and then you're dead. So get that under control. Your breath, you're meditating, breathing exercises, even taking deep breaths in. I know I've said this quite a bit already, y'all. It makes a huge difference to remove stagnant energy that's built up in your system. Okay, last one from Pa, but this changed my life when Pa helped me realize this. You should not worry or stress about something before it happens because you're doing one of two things. You're either making yourself go through the situation twice, or you're forcing yourself to go through it at all when it might not have even ever happened. And when I heard that, I was like, mind blown. I'm going to say this one again because it's a little bit to take in. You should not worry or stress about something before it happens because you might make yourself either go through it twice, before and during, or you will force yourself to experience something you might not have ever had to experience. So, for example, I was stressing out about a test and about potentially not getting into the school I wanted to get into. And I had brought up to me that stressing about it, I'm either forcing myself to go through it when I won't need to because I'll get into the school, or I'm forcing myself to go through it before and when it actually happens. So why would you do that to yourself? That's just silly. And that's what Pa said to me. I know, crazy. Two more, guys. Number 25. No, now this is 26, excuse me. And now this was said to me, not me specifically, but she said this. My favorite motivational speaker, she's also an author. I admire this woman completely. Her name is Rachel Hollis, and she has this quote that truly changed my life. I say it all the time. Move your body, change your mind. Because moving physically and getting this energy moving around so it's not stagnant, it's flowing, you will change the trajectory of your mind, your thoughts. Physically moving will make a huge difference in your life. I could never stress enough how important it is to be active. And a lot of people, when they hear you should be active or you need to be more active, often assume and associate that with you need to or should go to the gym. You need to or should lift weights. That's not what this means to me. This could mean walking more. Maybe this is walking on the treadmill. Maybe it's walking outside in your neighborhood. Whatever movement brings you joy and you are able to do, it will help you physically, mentally, and emotionally. So moving your body will literally change your life. I could talk about that for hours, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Move your body, change your mind. Let's start being more active because I promise you, you guys will notice a difference with moving your body more. And that doesn't mean start going to the gym 5 days a week if you don't ever go right now. Maybe that means walking 2 or 3 days a week. It's simply increasing your movement more than what it is. And last but not least, at number 27, and now this I did purposely save for last. This is probably my favorite thing I have learned in the past 27 years. And this is also the biggest reason I created Mando's Mindset. So, number 27, without further ado, everything in life comes down to your mindset. That's what everything is. Your perspective and your mindset on the world around you is what every situation and experience comes down to. I truly believe there is nothing bad or negative in life. There's no bad experiences, there's no negative experiences. Everything is just a lesson in life. I could give a few examples on this as well. So, and now this has happened to me a handful of times. I set my alarm in the morning. I usually go to the gym 5 days a week in the morning. There's been times I've set my alarm and I've slept past it. Now, I could wake up in the morning and be frustrated and disappointed that I slept past my alarm and now I didn't get to go to the gym. It threw my whole day off. I could have this mindset. Or I could have the mindset that, it kind of sucks that I slept past my alarm and I missed the gym. But I'm grateful that I was able to sleep in more and get the rest that my body needed. Which mindset sounds better? Another shift that I was able to make in my life recently. This is a much more challenging one to shift your mindset on. But my grandma passed away when I was 15. I was a freshman in high school. Now, her and I were inseparable. She was my absolute best friend in the whole world. And for the longest time, I was frustrated. I was disappointed. I was even mad at the world at why did I only get 15 years with my grandma? She passed at 70. She could have lived till she was 80, and I could have had her until I was 25. Why? Why did it happen like this? I was mad. I was pissed. I was upset. Felt that way for years and years. And then I started to shift my mindset and think about things differently. Now, I grew up and I lived with my grandma my whole life up until she passed away. I lived with her for 15 years. I'm really grateful that I lived with her that whole time because I had a closer relationship with my grandma than some people ever do throughout their whole life with their grandparents. I'm also grateful I got 15 years with her because some people don't get 15 years with their grandparents. Some people never meet their grandparents. And here I am getting to spend 15 years with my Mimi and getting to live with her for 15 years. I'm so fortunate for that experience because my life would have been immensely different if I had only met her for the first 2 years or even the first 10. So I shifted my disappointment and frustration and made that into gratitude. So, as Andrea says at the start of the show, Mandos will show you and explain to you how shifting your mindset will shift your life. I hope some of these things were super helpful for you guys. And I would love to know if you had a favorite lesson that I've learned in 27 years. Let me know what your favorite was. And as always, thank you guys so much for listening. And if you're watching, another episode of Mando's Mindset. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the show and the other shows so far in my podcast, if you would give me a 5-star rating, subscribe to the show, leave a review, that just helps me get the podcast out to even more people. Thanks, guys.